Hi everyone. So some people have been asking me, between UK and Canada, where do I relocate to? Between UK and Canada, which one is better? So we're going to compare UK versus Canada. And before I continue, I would like to tell you that no country is better than the other. They have their unique characteristics and peculiarities, okay? So now I'm going to tell you facts about Canada in comparison with the United Kingdom. Number one is the permanent residency slash citizenship. In the UK, if you're coming into the UK on a work visa, you get a BRP, which is a biometric residence permit. So you need to have lived and worked in the UK for 5 years before you get an ILR, that is indefinite leave to remain, which is also equivalent to a settlement status. And after you get the ILR, you need to also live and in the UK for another 1 year before you can apply for citizenship. But in Canada, you can come into Canada with a permanent residence, and if you live in Canada for 3 years out of 5 years, that's you stayed in Canada for 3 good years without traveling, you can now apply for your Canadian citizenship. So that is to say, in the UK, you need to have lived and worked in the UK for 6 years before you can apply for citizenship. But in Canada, 3 out of 5 years, you can apply for your citizenship. Number 2 is the healthcare system. In the UK, we use what we call the NHS, National Health Service. And once you're registered with the NHS, you can access healthcare free of charge. But of course, you pay your taxes and you pay your you pay your insurance fee monthly. Okay, so when you do all this, you can access care anytime in the UK for free. In comparison with Canada, Canada runs what we call the Medicare. This care is universal. That is to say, once you are registered with the Medicare, you can access any kind of healthcare. So it's completely free and it has access to every treatment, down to dental or mental health or any form of surgery. It covers it. So you see, they have their similarities and their peculiarities as well. Of course, you also pay taxes in Canada. Yes, to access healthcare services. Number 3, the cost of living. Yeah, the cost of living is higher in Canada than it is in the UK. I mean, you can buy food items are very, very cheap in UK, and houses are quite cheaper when you're comparing it to that of Canada. But the thing is, houses in Canada are so big. I mean, their land mass is so big. But here, in UK, the houses are very small. Very, very small, like tiny house. So if you're somebody that you like space, you like big houses, then you can go for Canada, okay? But the thing is, due to the cost of living in Canada is very high, so is also their salary. So their salary matches the cost of living in Canada, just as it is in the UK. Number 4 is the currency. Yes, the United Kingdom uses pounds, while Canada uses the Canadian dollars. And 1 pound of, let's say, 100 Canadian dollars is equivalent to about 60 pounds. So yes, pounds have more value than the Canadian dollars. It's higher. Number 5 is transportation or movement. So I'll call it. In the UK, the cost of transportation is quite cheaper compared to that of Canada. UK has cheap flights and train tickets in comparison to Canada, and even the bus fares. In the UK, some places you can get buses every 5 to 30 minutes, but in Canada, their bus system sometimes take up to 1 hour before you get a bus, the next bus going to where you're going. Houses are far from each other in Canada, but in the UK, houses are close to the other, but Canada has big large land mass, and most times they rely on their personal transport to go to places or to go to work. But in UK, you can comfortably live without having a car, or your own means of transport, and still be able to commute to places very, very well, frequently, and at your own convenience. So it's cheaper. Transport is cheaper in UK than it is in Canada. So that's it for now. See you in the next episode, and thank you. Please do not forget to like, do not forget to share, do not forget to subscribe, do not forget to follow your girl. Thank you guys.